I am recorded. Welcome to Shine Yoga, my friends. Have a seat. We will begin sitting down, just taking some time to focus and center ourselves before we begin our practice. So go ahead and take a seat. I like to sit up on some blankets or a pillow, a sturdy pillow, because it helps me to lift my pelvis. Ideally, when you take a seat, you want your knees and your hips to be in the same line, not here, not rounded, but allowing that pelvis to release and the spine to elongate in a way that really works for you. So, my friends, go ahead and sit up on anything. You can lie down, just don't fall asleep. You can sit up against the wall or you can stand. It's up to you. So, my friends, when you get to the place where you're going to be, if you are seated, please take your hands underneath of your glutes, lift them up and root down through the sit bones as you grow the spine tall. Lift the shoulders up towards the ears with an inhale and exhale, release them down twice more. Inhale, we lift up and exhale down one more time. Inhale, shoulders up. Exhale down, and then we lift the shoulders up halfway and we take them back. We lift the crown of the head towards the sky, my friends, and we settle in right here, right now, to this present moment. And so, what does that mean, settling into the present moment? It means that we simply bring our awareness, our attention to right here, right now. Just noticing your body here in space, welcoming yourself to this space and time where you don't have to do anything. You simply can just exist. And I know that may make some of you uncomfortable, and that's okay because it's not a skill that you have developed. So I encourage you to start now, just noticing your body here in space, noticing the surface beneath you or behind you, attention to the areas of your body where your clothes touch. Maybe you notice the temperature of the room. Perhaps you're acutely aware of all the noise in your home or the silence. Or perhaps there's noise outside. That's all okay. You can exist in a space where all of that does as well. And if it feels good to you, maybe you begin to notice the breath. Notice it as it comes in and as it leaves. The inhale brings nourishment, and the exhale releases stuff that doesn't serve us. And when thoughts from the outside come in, distracting thoughts, thoughts of why in the world am I doing this? Come back to the breath, my friends. Come back to noticing and experiencing. It can be uncomfortable, not focus on fixing something or doing something that has an achievable measure. But my friends, we need this. We need this quiet time like we need the breath. This is essential to our being, to not burning out, to functioning properly, optimally. So just noticing that breath. You can notice how you feel about it. You can notice your thoughts, but you don't have to connect to them. Just be here with the breath. Two or three more breaths. And that's going to be the theme of today's practice, noticing. So you could leave the hands in the lap, you could take them on top of your heart or together in front of your heart space. And just take a moment, my friends, to give yourself a note of thanks. Whether this is your first time to yoga, first time to my class, or it's been a while, or maybe you've been with me for weeks and weeks. Just give yourself a note of thanks for coming today. It's a big deal. And make a commitment to notice all of it, to be present during this practice today. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, turn your gaze down towards your hands. Release your hands to your lap. Flicker the eyelids open. Inhale, bring the head to center. You can go ahead and take a little bit of movement. If you're seated up on something, you can come on down if you want to, or you could stay there. Good morning and welcome, everyone. So glad you're all here with me this morning. And so, my friends, as we take these side bends, we're going to gently press the opposite knee away, diagonally away, giving length and space here. And then we come up and we go over to the other side. Giving some length to the sides of the body. You are welcome to stay here, or I will invite you into a twist. If you're not twisting today, don't worry, you don't have to. My friends, whatever leg is in front, same side hand comes back, opposite hand comes in front. Sit up nice and tall, and then from the abdomen, we twist. It's a very gentle twist, even if you took the class beforehand. Nice and gentle here as we begin our practice. Drawing the belly in, lifting the crown of the head. And like I said, if you're not twisting today for any reason, you can stay with those side bends. Inhale, come on back to center. Switch your legs and then switch your hands. So same side hand goes back, opposite hand in front, and switch sides. You're twisting towards that front knee. My friends, Shine Yoga, we talk a lot about alignment, a lot about purpose, muscle strength, and integration in our practice. It's a very a practice where you're really present in what it is you're doing, and taking in the education of why and how to best suit where you are today. Inhale, come on back to center. Go ahead and take a seat. My friends, we are going to be working on an arm balance today, which requires a lot of strength in the upper body, but also flexibility within the body. So my friends, do me a favor, just take a lengthen forward. It doesn't matter which leg is in front, but this cross-legged forward fold, lift yourself up and then tilt yourself back. Inhale up, exhale forward. Feeling that stretch through the back of the body. Inhale back up and switch. So I'll turn to the side so you can see what I'm doing here. Yeah, good. And perfect. One more time with this leg in front, and then you're going to switch sides and do 4 more with the opposite leg in front. Just helping out my lights here. Yeah. Oh, Heather Rob's with you today. Good morning. Good morning, Maravik. Good morning, Victoria, Dawn, Brittany, the Littles. Good morning, Kelsey, Jen. Oh, I got a little jump from Michelle's little. Oh, so cute. So my friends, if you haven't switched, go ahead and switch. Yeah, perfect. And on the 4th repetition, as you come back, I want you to uncross your feet. Take your elbows up, bend them, right? So the forearms are lifted. Pull the belly in nice and tightly. From here, my friends, we lift the right knee in the direction of the right elbow, and it's okay if it doesn't touch. What I don't want you to do is curl. I want you to stay lifted and open and just work the abdominals to get that knee as high as you can. Listen to what I said. Ego has no place here. It's okay if there is a space. And then take that down one more time, left side. Good. So it's okay if there's a space here, not a problem. All right. From here, my friends, both legs lift. Stay in the balance. Hold, turn the palms up to the sky. Lift the elbows up a little bit higher. So the elbows are now coming up a little bit higher, a little higher, a little higher. Knees up a little bit higher. Keep the chest open. Hold, hold, hold. And then from here, either roll to the side and come to your back, or slowly lay yourself down. Just don't hit your head. All right. And then from here, the knees pull in towards the elbows. It's okay if they do touch, it's fine. And then slowly those both feet come back down to the mat, toes tap. Pull the belly in, knees lift towards the elbows, give a little squeeze to the abdominals, and then slowly they come back down. Now, if both feet moving at the same time is too much, my friends, take one foot down, lift the other knee up, and then we'll switch just like we did seated. Now, my friends, see if you could get your elbows directly over top of those shoulders. So one more time on each side. These are all prep poses for Bakasana, our crow pose. So if you get to a point where you're like, I don't want to balance on my hands, these are 2 things you can come back to. So know that you don't just have to sit there and watch me do it. It's not my practice, right? But you're going to work on strengthening your body and going in that direction, even if you're not there yet today. Good morning, Brittany. Good, my friends. One more on each side. I promise this is not Pilates. You have not found yourself in the wrong class. We're just doing some prep here. Perfect. All right, my friends, roll over to one side. Come on up to a hands and knees position. If you're not coming to hands and knees, know that you could do cat and cow seated or standing. So tons of options always in this class. Hands wider than your shoulders, index finger straight ahead. Take those knees back behind the hips one step. Curl the toes under for power, untuck for stability. Inhale, tailbone lifts, belly falls. We look straight ahead. Exhale, scoop the tail around the spine and gaze to your thighs. Inhale, tailbone lifts, belly falls. We look straight ahead. Exhale, scoop the tail around the spine and gaze to the thighs. My friends, you're pressing down through all four corners of the hands, especially the index finger, knuckle, and the thumb joint. You're hugging your forearms and your biceps in. You're pressing down through the feet and energizing the legs. That gives the foundation from which the spine can really dance and lengthen. And that's what we want. We want as much movement here as possible. Of course, taking a break or stopping short if you need to, if something doesn't feel right, but allow that breath to fuel you. And again, seated or standing are fine. Perfect, everyone. Looks good. All right, come on back to stillness. Take a deep breath in, my friends. Curl those toes under, lift those knees 4 inches or so, and then shift the hips back into puppy. You can even walk those feet back. Heart is back towards those knees. We're in a crouched position, hips high, belly pulled in tightly, and there's a lot of energy between those thighs. Deep breath in, we lift the hips, lengthen the legs, and lower the heels in the direction of the mat for downward facing dog. Now, my friends, if you are not coming onto your hands today in down dog, that's not a problem. What you can do instead is a half forward fold at the wall. So remember, friends, you can do an entire yoga practice all the way seated or standing. You don't ever have to come down onto your hands if you don't want to. And I'll have a ton of options for you throughout the practice so that you don't have to come down onto your hands, even on a day where we're working on an arm balance. We've been working on it all month. All right, my friends, take a deep breath in, lift your heels, exhale, walk your feet forward to Uttanasana. That's your forward fold. Feet underneath of your hips, hips directly over top of the heels, hands forward of the feet about 12 inches. And if you're not reaching to the ground today, take your hands to your legs or to the wall in front of you. Press down, my friends. Keep your hands rooted to the ground. Lengthen the spine forward. Inhale. Exhale, fold. So please do not lift your hands up off the mat or off of your legs. Inhale, lengthen. I want you to keep that energy there to ground down and give you strength to help the spine to lengthen. Exhale, fold. One more time, my friends. Energize the quadriceps, the fronts of the thighs here as you lengthen. Exhale, fold. Hands to the hip crease. Lift the elbows. Draw the shoulder blades onto the back. Lengthen the spine as you rise to stand for Tadasana. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, the hands to heart center. We begin the sun salutation, my friends. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold. Press the hands and feet down. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. Hands beside the feet, bend the knees. Left leg steps back. We bend into the front knee. Keep the back heel lifted. I should say the back knee lifted. From here, fingertips to the mat, or you can rise on up to high lunge, lifting the inner thigh, pressing the heel back, and sending the front knee centered on the ankle, directly on top of that ankle. From here, we take the right hip down, we lift through the left pelvis, and we widen the left hip. Take a deep breath in again. We reach the arms out to the side, lowering the pelvis. We take a twist as we exhale towards the right. Keeping the spine nice and long, reach the right hand back, left hand forward. Take a deep breath in, come on back to center. If you're not twisting today, you could always go to a side bend. Don't forget that. We lengthen the spine forward for airplane. We've been working on this quite a bit this month. Deep breath in, stay here. Arms come back behind you alongside the rib cage. And then we reach them forward. Yes, my friends, are you smiling? You know, right, we can be serious about our practice, but not so serious that we make mean faces. Yeah. Good. Full inhale forward, my friends, slow it down. We're not flying. Exhale, even though we are doing airplane, right? We're just floating right here. And just so you know, the faster you move your arms doesn't mean the faster I bring you out of this. Those two are not correlated at all. Yeah. Perfect. All right, here we go. Come on forward. Take the hands down. We step back to plank, or you can step forward. So if you're not doing plank today, step forward here or step forward to the wall. You could use a bookcase. If you've got a sturdy bookcase that isn't going to fall or roll away, right? You could press your hands there. My friends, pull the belly in nice and tightly. Right foot rises off the floor in our plank. You can have your knees down and you can be in hands and knees as well, also standing or at the wall. From here, we pull the knee into the elbow. We shift the weight forward so the heart comes in front of those hands. And then we shift back to plank. And then we take the knee back and leg back. Yeah. And you could tap the foot down if you want to. Let's do that 3 more times. Knee to elbow, pause. Now shift the heart forward in front of the hands. Return, leg back, foot down. Again, knee can be down. You can omit all of this. If you're like, Steph, just to get my foot up off the ground is a big deal. So don't do anything else. We're just practicing, right? I'm giving you some options to start to work into that arm balance. Left side as well. Here we go. Left leg rises, bend that knee, shift, return, extend, either down and up, knee in, shift, back. And if you're standing, it's right here. Knee in, you can lift to the heel, or I should say lift to the toes. Try not to balance, not to fall, back down. Knee, heel up, back down. Leg can come back for that a little extension. Yeah, one more. You got it, friends. What a way to start the day. All right, both feet down, the knees can come down right here, heart forward. So shift it forward, bend the elbows beside your rib cage. Allow yourself to come on down for a chaturanga. Untuck your toes, shoulders are lifted high. And then we lengthen the heart forward, shine it forward and rise. Remember, forearms can be down. You also, if you're not coming to your belly today, can come to your knees for your kneeling cobra, or you can do your chaturanga series freestanding or at the wall. Friends, lengthen the heart forward, reach the toes back. It's not about back bending so much, but rather getting length to the spine. You want to stretch the top of the body and the bottom of the body as far away from one another as you can. When you're ready, if your forearms are down, take your hands underneath of your shoulders, press yourself up and press back to downward facing dog, that upside down V position, or a half forward fold at the wall. So remember, you have the option to come right here. Hands to the wall, hands to the thighs. Never have to come down if you don't want to. So that's the full series of the sun salutation standing if you need it. Take a deep breath in, my friends. Heels lift. We walk the feet forward to Uttanasana. We take the feet hip distance, maybe a foot and a half apart. Your hips are not as wide as you think they are, I promise. From here, my friends, we bend those knees. We lift the chest. Your hands can be to the ground or they can be lifted. So if you're not comfortable, hands to ground, that's okay. And then we exhale and we fold, lengthening those hamstrings, toning the quadriceps. Take a seat. We lift the chest and back down. So you can be lifting and lowering those hands. You can keep the hands down as you squat and as you stand. Listen to your knees, my friends. I want you to really work on hips back so the tailbone is reaching for the short edge of the mat behind you. Yeah, feels great, right? Pull that belly in. You got it, Anne. Good, Stacy. Nice, Lauren. My friends, remember when we straighten those knees, it's not just the joint that is working, but the muscles. The quadricep lengthens the knee. So draw up through the quads, the front of the thigh, to get that length that you want in the kneecap. Don't leave it out to dry. That's right. Good. Now, come back to your crouched position. Those of you with your hands to the ground, take your hands about a foot ahead of the foot. So about 12 inches ahead of your foot. And from here, let your knees locate the tricep, either behind or on the side, and zip in, hug in those calves and the inner thighs. Let it locate, let the heart come forward. You're not doing anything else. And then you rock back to that crouched position. Hands come down. We hug in. We rock forward, heels lift, toes down, and then we come back. You can do this at the wall or freestanding. Freestanding is a little bit more difficult in terms of aligning your body or feeling that out, but you totally can. You can rock forward and then come back, or you can rock forward to the wall, right here and back. To the chair, if you've got the chair up against the wall, that's a really great option too, or the front of the couch. So that way your head has space to move. You can do that too. Right? So here we rock forward and back. You get a little lower, rock forward so your head has somewhere to go as you work, because part of Bakasana, our crow pose, is gaining the strength and honestly, the confidence to shift your weight into your hands. Not everybody has that because you're not used to it. You're worried, right? Yeah. Perfect. Awesome. Come on back to a seated position. Inhale, rise, palms together overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Beautiful. Inhale, my friends. Exhale, fold. Take note of your thoughts. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold, hands beside the feet, bend the knees, the right leg steps back, left knee centered over top of the ankle, back heel presses back. We zip in through the legs all the way to the pelvis. We rise on up. Inhale, the arms reach out to the side. Exhale, we twist to the left. If you're not twisting, come to that side bend. Lower the pelvis down. Energize the back leg. That gives way to the front thigh, pelvis lowering. So we're lengthening the sides of our body, opening into the groin, all necessary for our arm balance. Inhale, coming back to center. We lengthen forward for that airplane. We hold here. Arms back, exhale. Inhale, we reach. Full inhale. Full deep exhale, my friends. I want you to deepen that breath. You got it. Nice, Anne. You got it, Shalise. Nice, Maravik. Good, Victoria. Nice, Malia, my friends. Can you get lower? Not the chest, but the pelvis. Good, Stacy. Nice, Heather. You got it, Allison. Good, Dawn. Michelle, Lauren. Yes, I'm calling all of you out. Stay there. Stay there. Good, Kelsey. Jen. You see how I'm so very precise about what it is that I choose to do this? Go, Brittany. Good. All right, my friends. Hang on here. We hold. We come on down. We step back to plank. Either knees that are up, heart forward, chaturanga. Heart forward. That's going to help you later. Into cobra. Shine that heart forward. Hold here, my friends. Remember, you can be a low cobra. Just simply lifting your heart up off the mat is a big feat. You really got to strengthen the legs and take that heart forward. How high you come does not matter. It's the opening of the chest and the strength of the back. No pressure into the lower back because you're taking the tailbone back and squeezing the glutes. So we're going to hold here 4 more breaths. Because Bakasana is forward folding, we're going to hold these back bends a little bit longer. 3. Here's 2. Last 1. Up and back. Now we play in down dog, my friends. Right foot rises towards the sky. You can be freestanding. You can be in warrior 3 or at the wall, and I'll show those options in a second. My friends, stay in down dog as you pull that right knee into your chest. You can take that right foot straight back. So say you just want to play in down dog, you can do that. Zip in through the left inner thigh. If you want to start to shift from down dog to plank, I'm going to give you that option. So knee to the chest. If you want the shift, come with me. Knee forward, heart forward, plank. Now I want you to tap the knee to the right tricep outside, back to center, back up to down dog. I'll show you from the other side so you can see me. 3-legged dog, knee to chest. Plank, knee to chest. We tap the knee to the outer side of the tricep, return it, back. Same thing standing, right? You can be in warrior 3 with the hands to the wall or freestanding. Knee to the chest, tap it out, back in and back. You can be freestanding, working on your balance. Here, tap it out, in and up. If you want more squats in, you can come from chair, down, knee to elbow, knee outside, in, back, down. Good. Go ahead and switch sides. Finally. 4 or 5, depending on how fast you're moving. Remember, my friends, fast does not mean better. It just means faster. That's all it means. I want you to be in each place. I want you to be in down dog for a breath. I want you to be in the space where the knee comes to the pelvis in down dog for a breath. So take a moment to at least have an exhale or an inhale. It doesn't have to be the full breath, but have a moment, right? We're trying to be more present, really understanding what we're doing rather than just getting through it with a lot of reps. Yeah, good. You got it, friends. All right, from here, come on back to that down dog. Lift the heels, draw the belly in and walk those feet forward to Uttanasana. Take those feet, mat width, toes out, heels in. Bend those knees, lift the spine. So the booty is going back and the spine is going to lengthen forward. Some of you might have to stop. This is a wider squat than we were in earlier. Now, for some of you, you might be able to dip your hips lower than your knees and then lift yourself back up. Some of you will be at the wall doing this. right? And then some of you will be able to come all the way down into your yogi squat, hips down, chest up. Now, if yogi squat isn't for you, remember you've got a couple of options. You can place your blanket, your pillow down. I want you to work that mobility. So you could take your heels onto there to work that openness in the groin. This is fine, rather than balancing. We've done this already. We've been here. We want to release into the heels and start to get that grounding. And if none of that is for you, if you're like, no, Steph, that doesn't feel good, come to goddess, right? Right here. And that will still work that opening in the groin and that opening in the pelvis. So you can work this the whole time. Those of you coming into Bakasana, here we go. My friends, remember all the prep we just did. We're not throwing ourselves into it. We're not hopping. We're not jumping. From here, my friends, we are taking control. We squat down. Our knees come as high on our triceps as we can. Our hands come down. Think of all the work that we just did, lifting the pelvic floor, pulling the belly in. We lift the heels, heart forward. From here, you feel that stability, you hold. My friends, zip in the forearms, zip in the biceps, maybe your right foot lifts. You're hugging into the midline of your body so much, shoulders in front of those hands, arms hugging in, maybe the opposite leg lifts as well. Hold and breathe, nice and steady. The key is to lift the heels, the hamstrings, the pelvic floor up. You're zipping everything up. That's why we work that so much today. If that is not for you, go back to your back, go back to seated, go back to chair. All of those options we worked. I gave you about 5 different sequences you can do instead of Bakasana. And remember, my friends, no matter where you are in your practice, you're kind, offering yourself grace, and a lot of laughs. Yes. If you fall on your face, remember that you could have just put your foot down. Instead of falling on your face, you could have just put the foot down and fell backward. Just so you know, that's not me being funny, that's me being kind. Eyes forward. Do me a favor, friends. Unless you want to do a forward roll, please keep your eyes forward. If you look back, I guarantee you, you will do a forward roll. If that's in your practice, you go right ahead. You are you're happy to do acro yoga, go right ahead. That is not this class though. So eyes forward keeps that trajectory like this rather than that forward folding happening. Yeah, my friends, remember, no chicken wings. Even though we are doing something with wings, hug in. This elbows out is just gonna make you collapse. Elbows hug in, it helps you to hold on. So you kind of hug in. Yeah. And if you're like, Steph, no, that's okay. Go back to something else. Perfect. Just do something that is going to help you get there, right? All of the different options we worked on today. Down dog, plank, on your back, seated in boat. Perfect. Look at you all go. Even the ones I can't see because your video is off, I know you're doing a great job. Well done, friends. All right. When you're ready, sit or stand or even lie down on your belly for a moment. Just to soften all that. Got about 2 minutes to release. Take your right hand out to the side. And you might have to be very creative with your space. No worries if you have to be. Now, as the right arm comes out, left hand underneath the chest. Start to lift yourself up so that you start to face the left. Big, big stretch to the right shoulder and the right chest. Lift that left leg. Take the foot behind you. And that's going to open through the pelvis, the upper body, and the neck. I'm going to turn to the diagonal so you can see me here. If you don't like this, you can do this standing, just so you know. And you can also do this kind of in a side plank position where you're here and open. This works for some people. Also standing will work. Foot back, open. So you don't have to be on the ground. That's really intense. And then my friends, very gently come on back and we'll do the same thing on the opposite side. So left arm comes out. I'll turn diagonal for you. Right hand underneath the shoulder. We lift ourselves up. So I'm taking it from the back view so that you could kind of see what I look like from the back. You could always take the block right here or the pillows or the blankets. Listen to your body, my friends. That arm is straight out. And you can do a simple back bend that feels better to you if you don't like that. Beautiful, beautifully done. My friends, you are welcome to finish this practice in crocodile, which is this pose right here. If you need a little bit more grounding. Otherwise, you can go ahead and come onto Shavasana, which is on your back. Taking those feet for the corners of the mat, arms by the sides, 6 to 10 inches away from the body, palms facing up. My friends, I will talk you through Shavasana, and then I will leave you. Please stay here as long as you can. You can silently repeat after me. I relax my toes, the top and bottom of my feet, and my ankles. I relax my lower legs and my knees. I soften my thighs and my pelvis. I relax my abdominals and my chest, all the muscles of my back and my shoulders. I relax my arms, my wrists, and my hands. I soften my neck, my jaw, all the muscles of my face to my scalp, so that from the tips of my toes to the tip of my head, I am relaxed. My friends, stay here as long as you can, allowing yourself to rest and rejuvenate. This is such an integral part of the practice. I thank you for allowing me to lead you today. The light and love in me bows to and honors the light and love in you. Namaste.